Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to welcome you to the knockout round playoffs draw for the 2022-23 UEFA Europa Conference League here at the House of European Football in Nyon. Well, one thing is for certain, the second year of UEFA's newest club competition has certainly lived up to expectations, delivering thrilling matches and unforgettable moments so far. Over the past 6 match days, 32 teams from all across Europe played to keep their European season alive by finishing first or second in their respective groups. While the 8 group stage winners are through to the round of 16, today we're here to find out the path 16 teams must have to join them. The clubs in today's draw include the 8 group runners-up from the Europa Conference League, who will be drawn against the 8 third-place teams from the group stage of the UEFA Europa League. They represent a total of 14 different countries, which promises some exciting and unique ties. But don't just take it from me, let's take a closer look at the 16 teams involved in today's draw. Some great highlights there. I'm sure you'll agree with me from the group stage. The road to Prague continues now, and we have more excitement to look forward to in the next round for sure. But who will take on who? That's what we will find out very shortly indeed. Time to invite on stage the man who will be presiding over the draw today, and that's UEFA Deputy General Secretary Giorgio Marchetti. Welcome, Giorgio.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. And although just in its second season, the UEFA Europa Conference League continues to showcase top-class football with unique matchups, bringing up so many emotions. It accomplishes its mission in full, not just giving more countries, clubs and players the opportunity to participate in European competition, but also offering this beautiful trophy as a reward that just a few months ago was celebrated in Rome. 28 national associations were represented in the group stage, with Balkani, Vaduz and Žalgiris, the first teams from Kosovo, Liechtenstein and Lithuania, respectively, to play in a UEFA competition group stage. This round will be just as mixed, with 14 countries represented. With so much diversity in styles and players, the group stage provided entertainment and interesting tactical solutions. 265 goals were scored, an increase from last season, with 8 clubs averaging at least 2 goals per match. More importantly, there was great competitive balance, as every team finished with at least 2 points. But now it is the make or break point of the competition, where the stakes and the excitement are higher than ever. I wish you all the very best of luck. And now, to assist with today's draw, I'm delighted to welcome a player who knows all of the secrets of performing on the big stage.
Welcome on stage, Vladimir Smitser. Welcome, Vladimir. Great to see you here. I'll let you say hello to Giorgio as well.
Giorgio, thank you.
You two will be partners in today's draw. Looking forward to that. But I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, this is a new competition. You know all about UEFA competitions. You've won them.
Yeah.
What do you think about this most recent one?
Yeah, I'm thinking, it gives opportunity for more clubs to compete in Europe, for more players show their quality in Europe, which is great, and for the fans, follow their favorite team in Europe, and I think I can see only the positives.
I know you've been following it closely. What are your thoughts so far this season?
It's tough competition. My former club, unfortunately, Slavia Prague, not qualified for the next stage. But I can see a lot of teams are doing well. West Ham, for example, Villarreal, they are the favorites of the competition, and it's tough competition. Don't underestimate the Conference League. Yeah,
it's so balanced throughout, and you saw that in the group stage so far. Finally, I have to ask you about Czechia. How excited people are getting? How preparations are going in Prague for the big final?
Yeah, of course. As I said, a little bit disappointed Slavia is not qualified, but now we are ready. We'll be ready for this final, and people are excited that like European Cup final will be held in Prague, and we'll be host. And it's a great opportunity to show the Prague, not only the stadium but whole city. So really excited to host this final.
Great, and we're all sure it'll be a fantastic occasion. You're going to help Giorgio out with the draw. I'm going to hand the floor over to you, but not before we welcome the third member of our draw panel, and that is Tobias Hedstuck, the UEFA head of club competitions and calendar, who joins us now and will take us through the technical procedure as well. Toby.
Thank you, Pedro. For today's draw, every runners-up will be drawn against the clubs that finished third in the UEFA Europa League group stage. Clubs from the same association cannot be drawn against each other. The runners-up are seeded and therefore play the second leg at home, whereas the third-ranked clubs of the UEFA Europa League play the first leg at home. Each of the 8 pairings will be determined by drawing one of the UEFA Europa League clubs first and then one of the eligible runners-up. The 8 balls containing the names of the former UEFA Europa League clubs are already placed in one ball, while the balls containing the names of their potential opponents are picked from the 8 different runners-up pots just in front of me. After drawing each former UEFA Europa League club, the computer will indicate which runners-up can be drawn, bearing in mind that teams from the same country cannot play against each other. The relevant balls will be placed into the other ball, where one ball will be drawn to form a pairing with the former UEFA Europa League club already drawn. Should we have only one team eligible to be drawn against a former UEFA Europa League club, there will be no draw and the 2 teams will be paired directly. This procedure is then repeated for all the 8 pairings. After the draw, and in accordance with the competition regulations, the UEFA administration will determine the final fixture list. The results of these will be announced today at 18 hours at the latest. Now you have all the information you need, so let me hand the floor back to Giorgio as we are ready to proceed with the draw.
Yes, and let's just remind ourselves of who the 16 teams are in this draw. We start with the Conference League group runners-up, which were Fiorentina, Anderlecht, Lech Poznan, Partizan, Dnipro 1, KAA Gent, Cluj and FC Basel. And the teams are ranked third in the Europa League group phase, where Bodo Glimt, AEK Larnaca, PFC Ludogorets, SC Braga, Sheriff Tiraspol, SS Lazio, Karabag and Trabzonspor. With this, we know everything. Vladimir, you ready? I will shuffle the balls of the third-ranked UEFA Europa League teams, and you can start giving us the names one after the other, so we know the eight pairings of this round playoff.
Okay. Karabakh.
We start with the Karabag from Azerbaijan, and Karabag, which is in the playoff for the second season in a row, will have all the 8 opportunities open. No conditions for them. They can play against any of the group runners-up of the Conference League of this year. Karabag, which were unbeaten at home in UEFA competitions this season. 3 wins and 4 draws. So who will they host now?
Gent.
That's KAA Gent from Belgium traveling to Azerbaijan. Gent making the round of 16 of this competition last season. And now restarting in this round, please. After Karabag, Gent, we are ready to know the second pairing.
Trabzonspor.
Now Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor can play against all 7 potential opponents. So their last appearance in the knockout phase of UEFA competitions was in the Europa League in 2015. Now all the options are there, and we'll know soon who will be opposed to Trabzonspor.
FC Basel.
FC Basel from Switzerland. So Trabzonspor versus Basel is the second pairing. Last season, Basel also was in the round of 16 of the Conference League. To be there again, they will have to the uneasy job of trying to eliminate Trabzonspor.
SS Lazio.
Lazio now from the Italian capital. Lazio can play all remaining teams except Fiorentina, as one of the conditions of this round is that there cannot be any clash between teams from the same country. So Lazio will have to play against one of the 5 other teams, the winners of the Cup Winners' Cup 99, last edition of the competition, and the Super Cup of this semi-season.
Cluj.
Lazio versus Cluj is the new pairing. Last appearance in the UEFA knockout phase for Cluj was in 2020, round of 32, Europa League. We are ready for another one.
Bodo Glimt.
We start with Bodo Glimt from Norway. 5 potential opponents for Bodo Glimt, all the remaining teams. Fantastic season in Europe last season for Bodo, where they reached the quarterfinals of the UEFA Conference League.
Lech Poznań.
And this time they will have to face Lech Poznan from Poland, back in the knockout phase after 2011. Yes, please. So after Bodo Glimt, Lech Poznan, we have now
SC Braga.
a pairing where Braga will be the home team in the first leg. They can play with any of the 4 remaining opponents. Braga, finalists of the Europa League in 2011.
So, yeah. Oh yeah, one more.
Now we are ready. 4 options for Braga.
Fiorentina.
So Fiorentina. Fiorentina will be the opponent of SC Braga. Fiorentina has a great scoring record in the group phase, 14. Joint top scorers with 2 other teams. One was in their group, Istanbul Başakşehir, and the other one was Villarreal.
AEK Larnaca.
And now AEK Larnaca from Cyprus. First experience in the knockout phase of a UEFA competition for AEK. 3 possible opponents: Anderlecht, Partizan, or Dnipro 1.
Dnipro 1.
So AEK Larnaca versus Dnipro 1 in their debut season in a UEFA club competition. We can go ahead. Only 2 pairings are left to be drawn.
Sheriff Tiraspol.
Now it is Sheriff Tiraspol. They can be drawn against one of the other 2. Sheriff. They were in the knockout playoff round of the Europa League last season after having played the Champions League group phase.
FK Partizan.
FK Partizan playing in against Sheriff Tiraspol. With this, we are left with only 1 pairing to be unveiled to have the complete lineup of this round.
Ludogorets.
Of course, the team from Europa League is PFC Ludogorets. They will take on the only remaining possible opponents, which is RC Anderlecht. So with Ludogorets versus Anderlecht, we have completed the round of 16 of the UEFA Conference League for this season.
Thank you, Giorgio. All 16 clubs have been drawn, so let's have a look at the lineup for the next round. We'll see Karabakh taking on Gent, Trabzonspor facing FC Basel, Lazio taking on Cluj, it'll be Bodom Glimt against Lech Poznan, Braga facing Fiorentina, Larnaca versus Dnipro, Sheriff Tiraspol taking on Partizan, and Ludogorets locking horns with Anderlecht. Now, if you're looking for the calendar, I can tell you that the first legs will be played in principle on February 16th next year, and the return legs will be played in principle on the 23rd of February. That'll do it from all of us here at the House of European Football. I'd like to thank Giorgio, also Vladimir and Toby for your skillful handling of the draw. Thank you very much. That's all from us. Goodbye from Nyon. Take care. See you again very soon.